Free agency in the National Football League opened Monday and was predictably busy. A ton of buzz. Kevin Clark in the building for not one but two segments to discuss. You get per diem for that, by the way, since you're here. As important as the draft is, which is now its own cottage industry traveling circus, free agency can have a much quicker and more significant impact on franchises. You're getting proven professionals many times at a ridiculous premium. By rule, we are mandated to start with quarterbacks. It's not really true, but, it's kind of. And the day starts with a bit of a quarterback shakeup in Miami. As expected, Malik Willis on the move from Green Bay, a 3-year deal worth nearly $70 million. The former third-round pick spent some time with the Titans, didn't work out there. Spent the last 2 seasons backing up Jordan Love in Green Bay. Meanwhile, Miami's primary quarterback of the last 6 seasons,
Tua Tagovailoa,
officially on the move. He's going to Atlanta, 1-year deal, not worth a ton of money. That's because Atlanta's paying the freight there. The Willis deal, the 70th quarterback contract to include an average annual of at least $20 million. 6 career starts at the time of that contract, the fewest for any of those quarterbacks. That distinction previously held by Jimmy Garoppolo, who made 7 career starts before signing an extension with the Niners in 2018. Chiefs also making some significant news on Monday. The big question heading into the offseason, beyond when might Mahomes be back and healthy, is Travis Kelce done? He is officially going to run it back. A 1-year deal in 26 will mark his 14th season in the league, all with the Chiefs. Given the way it fell apart last year, not surprising to see that happen. One last bite of the apple. Meanwhile, Kansas City gets a running back they needed, Kenneth Walker III, 4-time reigning Super Bowl MVP, switches teams the ensuing offseason, and the first since Dexter Jackson in the early 2000s. Chiefs offense limited by low production out of their running back committee last couple of seasons. Only the Raiders averaged fewer yards per rush at the position. The rest of the bottom 5 included the Saints and the Browns, and that's teams that Kansas City is very rarely on the same graphic on this program. All right, just want to give you this warning. This is Kevin Clark, by the way. He was so good in his debut, we flew him here to talk some free agency, but this is how this works. It's live, it's fluid. Paul Skeens might throw in a headset. If he does, we get the hell out. You understand?
You haven't even seen my fastball.
No, I understand that, but if it... Skeens is ready right now, so this isn't even a joke. We're going to ask you to step aside for just a moment. You can throw a fastball
Love you, Paul.
over here
I'm a
in
huge
just a
fan.
minute. Yeah, it's live TV.
The beauty of live TV.
It's the beauty, but I hate doing that to you. But
as I was walking back, one of your guys just whispered, "Welcome to the show." That's what happens here.
Sort of how it goes. We're in this window. I don't think there's anyone else that could knock you off the set. I will not allow it to happen. As we were saying, we were talking quarterbacks. And on the pod with Steve, we were talking too, and I wondered aloud, is this perhaps the cautionary tale that shows GMs and ownership, if there's a guy, you're not sure he's the guy, you can't pay him like he's a guy. And then we landed on, no, it's probably not. No. What do you think of that?
It's not. This is a league, and football is my favorite thing in the world, but it's a league that runs on cowardice and risk aversion. That's just how decisions are made. Job preservation. If you've got a guy who's plausibly worth $50 million, $60 million, you end up paying him until there's a team that decides they're going to be the first team to walk away or to trade a guy after 4.5 or 5 years, whenever he becomes due for a mega extension. Until that happens, these sort of ego extensions, which are often signed because they're trying to justify the GM's pick in the first place, those are going to keep on rolling. Tua had some highs. At one point, he had the highest passer rating in the NFL. That was in 2022. Led the league in passing yards in 2023. It wasn't like he was a mega bust, but this is obviously $99 million in dead cap. It's going to basically put them in cap jail for the next 2 years, essentially. But no, this is not going to be the cautionary tale. The next Tua is going to get a mega deal. That's how this league works.
So this makes it seem like it's a teardown in Miami, and then they go out and make this Willis acquisition, which is why I guess you were lukewarm about this. Explain sort of what is confusing to you.
We showed the graphic earlier that he had 6 starts and he gets this money. And obviously Jimmy Garoppolo had 1 more start, got this kind of money, different situation.
Sure.
But then you talk about Kevin Cobb, another guy who got money with that few of starts. Brock Osweiler, that few of starts, got a bunch of money. So when you switch teams, the track record is not great. But for me, The teardown part of it seemed so great this morning. They move on from Tua, they take their medicine, they rip the Band-Aid off, and they say, okay, it's time to take 2 years of cap medicine, and then we're going to go forward. Then they trade Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Jets. Again, you're clearing salary off the books, you're starting anew. Maybe you're in the hunt for Arch Manning next year. Maybe you're in the hunt for Dante Moore. Maybe those sort of signals. And then, an hour later, you sign Malik Willis. It just felt like, to me, you have mixed signals. Why are you spending $20 million at quarterback? Why are you spending more money guaranteed into 2027 at quarterback? It just felt like what they started to do in the morning was tearing it down to the studs, and then they got into win now mode. It's very strange. And also, you want to see with the quarterback what you have. There's not going to be a lot of talent on that roster. That's what concerns me. You're putting Malik Willis into a roster that is not going to accentuate his ability. He's a very, very high floor athlete. He's going to have some success, but that team will not have a lot of success. They might end up in purgatory, Scott.
Kansas City is a team that's been in the opposite of purgatory. They've lived in the AFC Championship, Super Bowls, all the rest. They have this one-year blip, and they get the guy that was the MVP in the most recent Super Bowl in Kenneth Walker III. I think we could see that he was going to land elsewhere. The fact that they do that now means that as they look at the next significant talent acquisition period, i.e. the draft, they can look elsewhere. How significant is that?
I love this because Jeremiah Love was lurking as a potential top 10 pick.
Did you buy him to Kansas City?
Yeah, they need juice at that position, okay? Yeah. And all that comes along with being a running back for Andy Reid, Kenneth Walker can give you that. He was top 5 in yards after catch. That screen game with Andy Reid, you always need a guy who can create space there. He runs hard. He forced missed tackles. He's going to thrive there. Jeremiah Love could have been an option there if they didn't address it in free agency. What I like about this, maximum flexibility going into the draft now. Now you can go cornerback, which is a massive need at 9. You go Monsieur Delane from LSU, somebody like that. At 9, you're going to need a weapon later in the first round. You got 2 first-round picks to play with. Taking running back off the need board with Kenneth Walker was a massive move. You're not just paying $15 million a year for the player. You're paying $15 million a year to free up what you can do at 9. You cannot overstate how much flexibility this gives them. I love this in Brett Veach.
You think Delane could go that early?
He's really good. I think so.
Wow.
I think so. I mean, that was...
well, when they moved McDuffie, I get it. Suddenly you have a more pressing need.
Our colleague Field Yates mocked him there after free agency tonight.
Okay. There's so much that we want to discuss, and we're trying to narrow this down to a digestible segment. So we said, you know what, we can't make one. Let's do 2. More to come with you in a bit.
Kareem Hunt had 1,000 yards in 2017. Maybe it was Alex Smith, so correct me if I'm wrong. So, like, does this change Mahomes? Does it change Andy Reid?
Nah, at this point, man, he's like Tom Brady. We know he's great. He's going to win. People forget that Tom Brady, I played with him, and I'm like, damn, I've never seen a quarterback change a passing play to a running play. Like, nobody does that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody does that. And I think Mahomes is that type of dude. I want to win. Like, I've been on this throne for so long, and somebody finally knocked me off. Well, they didn't even knock him off, they knocked the team off. I got to get back there. So if it's running the ball now with Kenneth Walker, if it's looking at changing the offense, people forget that the Chiefs used to be a down-the-field, fly-high offense. Right? Aaron. And then that left. Right?
Yeah.
You had Tyreek Hill, he left. Kelsey kind of got a little older. Guys are not there around, so we had to find a way to win. Now let's win close games. Let's not throw the ball deep. And they've been winning.
Yeah.
So I love this move. Andy Reid is so smart. I don't think he did really well. He brought back the offense coordinator, Eric Bieniemy. Now, people's like, well, why'd you say that, Shady? Because you already said that he wasn't that good of a coordinator. Well, no. I said that I haven't really seen him be a coordinator. I've seen Andy Reid call the plays for him. But one thing he's going to be good at is making them boys disciplined. Andy Reid's a little older now, right? Talk to him at the combine. He had a little knee surgery, whatever it is. But he's not the same. He's not yelling at guys no more. He's not super on them about certain things. He's getting older. One thing Bieniemy's going to do, he ain't going to call no plays, but he's going to make sure them guys are on the line. Hey, if it's 2 yards outside the numbers, it's 2 yards outside the numbers. If it's high and tight, it's high and tight. Like, he's going to make sure they're going to be disciplined. And I think the Chiefs' offense, with that discipline there with him, and Andy Reid calling all the real plays, they're going to be dominant again.
Yeah, no, it's huge too. Also, I like them keeping their other first that they got training for Trent McDuffie. More Chiefs news though. They're giving free agent tight end Travis Kelce a 1-year, $12 million deal that has a max value of $15 million per source from Adam Schefter here. Travis Kelce back being the Chiefs. Does the AFC run through the Chiefs again? with these moves they've made in the offseason.
I need 2 years to believe the Chiefs are like dead. It's hard for me to say the AFC runs through the Chiefs because remember how much they're losing on defense. But I love what they're doing on offense, particularly Kenneth Walker. Travis Kelce, I don't know what he is anymore. I don't think he's a 12. I know he's not a 13, 1,400-yard tight end. Is he still an 800, 900-yard tight end? Absolutely. Is he still a 7-touchdown tight end? Absolutely. But y'all got to remember, bro, they lost Jalen Watson. They lost Trent McDuffie. These are gigantic losses. They lost Brian Cook. These are gigantic losses. Leo Chenal, he's a player. He's a real good player. So when I think about the Chiefs, I can't say it still runs through the Chiefs because the Texans are making moves. Added Reed Blankenship to a defense that's already lights out. The Broncos, they're sitting here making moves. They're trimming some of the fat. They're making moves. And the Patriots, it's not like they're going to fall off a cliff. So I don't think it still runs through the Chiefs, but the Chiefs are going to get back to 10, 11 wins so long as Mahomes is healthy.
Daniel Bellinger, the tight end, who Brian Dable knows well from New York.
I'm going to say yes. They've been dominant for so long. Dominant. 9 straight AFC East or West championships?
Yes.
Come on, dog. Okay, so this year they missed one. Cool, it happens. Nobody's perfect. But best believe, though, they're going to come back for revengeance. I think with Andy Reid being there, Patrick Mahomes, who he is, and even Travis Kelce. He might not be the old Travis, but he come there with an attitude. And then you bring in one of the best running backs in football with Andy Reid, the way he's calling plays, they're going to be good. They got Spags always been a good coordinator, so the defense is going to be good. They're going to compete. They're going to compete.
I think it's easy to discredit them and act as if they're just going to be done because their main core of players are getting older and now they lose one of their best defensive players. But this is an AFC side that just had the New England Patriots win it. The New England Patriots and Broncos were in the AFC Championship. I don't think they're going to be struggling that much longer. Well, actually, let's go ahead and get to the big news of the week. Le'Veon Bell calling into the show now.
Get it.
Gonna give him a call back here. Big news in the boxing world. Logan Paul has essentially ducked this man. After calling him out, he accepted every single one of his challenges and whatnot. So we'll see if we can get him in the show real quick. There he is.
There you go.
He's in the building.
Round of applause, please.
How you doing?
Please, Le'Veon Bell in the building. Round of applause, please.
Okay.
The people's champ.
Hey, my mama said, look, if it look like a duck, if it quack like a duck, it's a duck.
That's a fucking duck. That shit a fucking duck, man.
Hey, what happened though?
Yeah, talk to us,
What
G.
happened, dog? What happened?
Man. Somebody from the WWE called him.
I'm saying, but did he call you like, yo, let's get the fight on?
He didn't call me, so what happened was he sent the DM, like, send the contract.
Yep.
So when I seen the DM, it was probably like an hour later when I seen his DM, so I sent him my email, whatever. I never got a contract, so I'm just kind of waiting. Look, I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even call him out or nothing. I gave it like 40, in 24 hours I wanted to say something like, hey, it's been 24 hours, bro. I ain't got no contract, bro. But I let him eat, bro. I'm like, you know what, I'm giving him 2 days. I'm giving him 2 days. Bro, next thing you know, he getting a call from the WWE that, oh yeah, oh no, Chris telling him he can't fight. All of a sudden, but you was just fighting Dylan Dennis. You was just fighting Dylan Dennis under contract. What? Didn't Brock Lesnar fight under contract? He's in WWE fighting UFC. He's fighting MMA, bro. So it's like, now all of a sudden, when you call out NFL players and somebody's able to like, okay, bro, let's do it. Let's do it. And then, let me tell you how he tried to duck it the first time. People don't even know, bro. Actually, nah, y'all caught it, though. He tried to duck it the first time because he's like, man, look, we ain't even sparring. You can't even get in the ring with me unless you're willing to bet $1 million. If you ain't willing to bet $1 million with me, we can't even do it, bro. Look, bro, I don't give a fuck. It was my last $1 million. I'm like, bet. Bet that shit. I guarantee. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, cool. I don't want none of your judges, bro. Fuck them judges, bro. We don't need none of that, bro. We gonna just do it round by round. We can do 3-minute rounds, and we gonna just go to somebody's stop.
Hey, so hold on. Because that's the Floyd way. The Floyd way is doghouse rules. Until somebody quit.
Just go to somebody's stop. Why not? Why not? Just go to somebody's stop. Don't need for no judges, bro. Let's just do that, bro. Because at the end of the day, then he talking about some next weekend.